Yesterday we were live at Heathrow Airport as it launched pre-departure testing. Passenger numbers at the UK's biggest airport still a fraction of what they would be normally. Well, the number of people flying has collapsed worldwide, sparking a crisis in the industry, from airlines, baggage handlers and, of course, airports. Well, let's get a view now from what was one of the fastest growing global hubs, live now to Istanbul Airport, where I'm joined by its chief executive, Kadri Samsunlu. Kadri, welcome to you. What are traffic numbers like right now?
Since the crisis started in March, for the first 2 months, we had zero volume. And since 1st of June, we started recommencing flight services. Currently, we are doing almost 1/3 of what we used to do last year. And in terms of air traffic move, it's around 40% of 2019 levels.
And which are the busiest routes right now?
Definitely on the domestic side, we are doing better than the international, because we are being subject to a lot of regulation and restrictions to open the international routes. And the busiest routes are still between Turkey and Russia, as well as between Turkey and Ukraine. And domestically, as I said, the recovery is much faster than the international side.
And are you running a testing regime of any sort?
Yeah, we do. Yes, we do. We have a 5,000 square meter of a PCR test unit. Inside the terminal, we can run more than 10,000 tests per day. And the government is also letting people take the PCR tests at every health institutions in the city. Therefore, we not only in the airport, but also in the city, there are a lot of possibilities for the people to take the test before departure.
10,000 tests a day, that's pretty striking. Now,
That's the capacity. That's the capacity.
Now, you opened a third runway in June.
Correct.
Has it actually had much use yet?
Yes, the runway is located on the eastern side of the terminal, where we didn't have the runway before, and it definitely reduced the taxi times for the planes, and it also increased the efficiency of the operations. That's why it's doing very big support for us and also for the airlines.
Now, I know you've been targeting in recent years Chinese visitors. What's the level of activity like among Chinese travellers right now?
Right now, unfortunately, almost none. Turkish Airlines flies to only one city for certain days in a week. Compared to how many volume we had in normal days, the volumes are relatively low. Now,
as you say, you're running at 30% of usual activity right now. Is that enough for the airport to be profitable?
Well, Ian, the sector is on its knees, and the big airports like us, a hub airport like us, can always generate volumes, but the small and mid-sized airports are really struggling. Going forward, we need to definitely open the sectors, and this collapse of the business should definitely turn to a recovery. Summer has been, we thought the summer would be very good, but unfortunately it turned out to be below our expectations, which means that the crisis is definitely deep and the recovery will take long. I was expecting reaching 2019 levels sometime towards the end of next year, but today I can easily say that it's not going to be no sooner than 2022 or even 2023. Therefore, globally, we need to have reopened the sector. If the sector remains as bad as it is today, it will have cascading effects on other sectors like tourism, other service economies as well. But I think the testing protocol we are doing here, which started in Heathrow, is supposed to be consistently imposed everywhere in the world. There must be a global approach for the solution. We cannot open the international side as much as we did the domestic side, because every country is imposing its own regulation, its own requirements.
OK, I'm sorry, we're out of time, Kadri. Really appreciate you speaking to me, and thank you for waiting so patiently to speak to us. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.